little girls would come up to me and ask, "Oh, you're Aurora, you're Sleeping Beauty," and I'd never had that before, and so to finally be able to tell them that there's a second one coming out, and you get to see, you get to see it again, and a new story and a new chapter of their lives and of the Moors and this fantastical kind of mystical world that was created. You get to see more of that, and the creatures, and everybody's coming back, and that just really drew me in. And I was so excited to also pick up, Aurora when she was older. She's a young woman now. She's not just a little girl. I was very excited and to get to come back and go to Pinewood, which is such a home, and the crew, a lot of the same crew members came back as well, and just to have that feeling of camaraderie and like, oh, we're doing this again, and that was huge for me and really exciting, and also just to be with Angelina again and get to see her. And we had a lot of fun in London. We went paintballing together, we went bowling together, so there's a lot of different outings, and we got to spend a lot of time, and really we got very, very close on this film. Also, just her seeing me as, an older person as well, not a teenager anymore, so it was nice, and seeing Sam again, and now he has a son, and it's like everybody in their life, it's like they have all these new things and new stories to tell, so it was very exciting to get to be the three amigos again like we were last time. Well, her new mother-in-law is Michelle Pfeiffer, and that she is Queen Ingrid, and yes, that's Prince Philip's mom, and she is this very regal kind of, decked out in jewels and pearls, and this, proper queen who really has quite a great death stare, I would say. But there's something about which Aurora also feels kind of at home with her, and she makes her feel very welcomed, and there's something where she, of course, I'm marrying Philip, I want his mother to like me, I want to impress her, and I want to do good, and I hope that she, thinks that I'm right for her son, and it's those family things, that all those family dynamics that happen in real life. And yeah, she turns out to be the evil mother-in-law. There is no one in the world that could play Maleficent except for Angelina Jolie. I mean, she's brought this, from the first movie, she completely created this version of Maleficent that people know now. There's a whole, generation of kids that, that saw the first one, and also that's the Maleficent that they know. And it's very exciting for this film to come out of kids that maybe weren't even born, since the last movie came out, and now they get to see this Maleficent. The wedding dress was just impeccable. It was outstanding. My favorite. I never wanted to take it off. There were days. How many days did we shoot? I think I shot maybe 3 days in that dress, and there, you don't realize all the flowers. There were just tons of flowers that were on the train, and also on my sleeves, and that kind of ran up the dress. And a lot of those were like laser cut feathers, so they were made out of feathers, like flowers, and on top of each other. And I forget how much, but it was just tons of fabric. It was really long. I couldn't walk. I couldn't go anywhere without anybody holding it up for me. And then in between takes, I had to go stand in a horse box in between takes, which we all remember, which it was a very hot day. It was very cool in there, so that was nice, but I would just be standing in my giant dress, just in the horse box, alone in there. But I was happy because I had it on, so that was okay. It was very special. I remember walking down the aisle that first time with Angelina walking me down, and I'd never walked down an aisle before, obviously, so that was it was a very special moment, and we had music playing, and the dark fae were there, and the townspeople were there, and more folk, and it was just tons of people. It really felt like a real, true wedding. And I remember that feeling of walking down in the dress for the first time, and Angelina was in her classic black, and it was black velvet, and she was back in her true Maleficent form, and it was just, this was what it is all about. This is truly Maleficent, this is truly Aurora, and they're finally together, and that moment, I think it was very special for both Angelina and I.